perfect segue into this segment as well, because another coach that's done quite well in multiple high schools. He's back home at Garrett High School, head coach of the Railroaders, Coach Chris DePew. Coach DePew, appreciate you coming on Further Review tonight. And, what better way to do it than coming on after a huge win over Heritage Patriots on Friday night? I would say most would have think that was probably an upset to a degree, but not for your Railroaders. Talk a little bit about, the kids on Friday night and, getting a very tough, but very sound win against a good Heritage football team.
Well, thank you. It's good to see you again, Coach.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while.
It's I'll say, anytime many people would say you're not favored, one of the worst things you can do as a team is let others make you feel like an underdog. And
right.
Our kids did a good job of knowing the difference between what other people think and our own opinions, and had laser focus and great preparation for the week and played their tails off. And, if I were in your positions, I would have picked Heritage too. I mean, I don't blame anybody, but that's how it is. I get it, and that's okay. But we played really sound football, made very few mistakes, tackled well, covered kicks, all the little things you got to do to win a game like that. So our kids played and did it right.
Well, you shut down probably one of the better players in the area, the Kobe Meyer kid. That's a tremendous talent. I mean, what he did this year as the quarterback and some other things for them, he was kind of their everything there at Heritage for Coach Kolkman, and you guys just seem to have a really good plan to counter what he was able to do.
Yeah, thanks. We did have multiple facets, I guess, to the plan. They have so many different formations, and that by itself is a lot of work. And then you have to defend an athletic quarterback who can run and throw. So they have great offense designed around that kid. It takes advantage of all the tools they have on that team. And so, and such an experienced team too, 28 seniors or something like that. I mean, they were, they're a fantastic football team. So anyways, shutting down the quarterback, I don't know if we shut him down, but we definitely slowed him down enough to keep them out of the end zone all but one time. Our defensive backs are relatively athletic and probably where our most experience comes from. We aren't a real experienced team, or at least not very old. We only have about 4 starting positions that are occupied by seniors. And for the most part, we're juniors and sophomores after that. So we've still had our own growing pains this year. But the defensive backs had a lot of experience last year. And so we were able to run a couple of different coverages and disguise them a little bit to help defend their pass game. And then I was worried about our front 7 against their offensive line. We're not real big either. Yeah, but they held their own, and our linebackers are quick, and so they read well and got to the ball.
I would say so. 3.6 yards is was Heritage's rush average on the night. You held Kobe to 13 of 24 in the passing game, which was another big statistic, only 90 yards. And it would seem that I think you guys had 3 interceptions. Is that correct? Yeah. So that became a huge factor in that game, was turnovers.
And you could tell, at least from where we were sitting, you could see they were starting to get frustrated. And that's what you're going for, obviously. And our offense did a pretty good job of playing keep away as well.
Yeah.
We're not super explosive. That's really been our attempt in most games this year, was to not let the kicking game hurt us or find advantages at least. Uh, not give the game away on offense and eat up clock, and then really let the defense play. So all those fell into place Friday, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Garrett head coach Chris DePew joining us upon further review tonight. Coach, they talk about playing your best football late in the season, tournament time. You guys are playing really good. 3 straight wins, 3 straight games on the defensive side of the ball, allowing 7 points, 7 points, and then 6 against Heritage on Friday. That aspect, just talk about the growth of your team this season, and really how you've been able to find them playing their best football late in the season.
Yeah, like I said, we are somewhat young, and so young teams do that a lot anyway. You hope every team you coach is better at the end of the year than they were at the beginning, but young teams have a higher ceiling to do that. And so our kids have grown. A lot of these guys started last year as 9th and 10th graders, really. So now the bulk of them are sophomores and juniors, and so there's still at times not physically superior to who they're playing against. Sometimes when you have a young team, you notice, I always joke, you see more bikes in the bike rack and than cars in the parking lot in front of the blockhouse, or the locker room. So we've seen more cars now, so we've gotten older. But they, yeah, I mean, our linebackers, we don't have anybody that's more than 170, 180 pounds that play linebacker. I think we really only have probably 1 or 2 people on the front 4 that are over 200 pounds too. So our defense has really grown a lot. And Coach Brody Dixon is our defensive coordinator. He's had some really good plans the last few weeks, especially, and definitely had one for Heritage.
Sure. The long-term development of this program, this is year 12 for you. Kind of 500 a month amongst that time, a 500 time. But for you, just where this program is and how much you've been able to build it. You're also the athletic director. I'm sure that presents some fun challenges as well, particularly during football season. That aspect of it, just coming into Garrett, being there a long time now, just that community support and really what you've been able to build there. Uh, how fun it's been to see some of the success of the Railroader program.
Well, this is my hometown, so it was here that I really decided I wanted to be a coach. I didn't go play anywhere in college, so as an IPFW student, early in college, I really missed football, and our head coach at the time was Rick Kirkton, and he let me come back and just coach some middle school football because I missed it so much. And within a year or two, I changed my major to education, and then decided I want to be a football coach. And so when you make that decision, you always have a dream job. That one you would leave anywhere to go. And for me, it was here in my hometown. So, uh, but then uh, my first teaching job was really at East Noble High School, and so I became an assistant there, and I thought that would be a short term thing, really, at the time, and then uh, grew there into larger roles, and eventually was the head coach there for 11 years. And by then, I thought I would never leave until the combination of jobs opened here 12 years ago, like you said. So this is the only place I would have left for, from East Noble to go. So it's been, but my time here, we had a pretty decent start. It's been, man, it's been peaks and valleys, I'll tell you. And what I have learned is I really believe it is harder to coach football at a smaller high school than it is at a bigger one. Bigger school, you've got, there's more kids, so more sets of parents and things like that. But at a smaller school, your talent dips and comes back at times, and you have to really change X's and O's more than you ever thought you would just to make it suit who you have. in that cycle. And so we made some good decisions. Probably a couple I would have go back and change now. But it's nice now that we're, got back to some winning ways this year and sitting in a position that I haven't been familiar with here in 6 or 7 years. But, I've been in the position in the deep playoff runs at both schools now that I hope I know what it takes and I can help lead these guys another week at least.
Yeah, Chris, now that, you're beyond Heritage, that was a game that, brought a lot of extra, I guess, weight to the plate because of who you were playing. And now you've kind of slayed the giant, so to speak. So now we're going to give you Delta.
There's more than one giant in this tournament, I think, because man, Delta and Yorktown both play
Yeah.
in a really tough conference. I mean, they're playing Mount Vernon and New Pal every year. And
yeah, I know.
Those are
and
programs.
And when you think about it too, Delta, and I go back to my association to Muncie, being at Ball State for the number of years that I was there, and coached by the name of Grant Segunda, and before that, Hepner. I can't remember the guy's name now. It's a space in me, but
well, I'll tell you, 2 assistants on Delta's staff are both named Lynch. So
yeah,
those are familiar names.
Yeah.
But they're a storied program. And this year, I think they come in 7-4, if I'm not mistaken, into this next sectional playoff game, championship game. But you have them at home. That's got to give you a little better, feeling as it pertains to what you got coming in. But you got them coming into the rail yard. Talk about, what you expect from Delta and the atmosphere that you're going to see in a small town high school football game that we get to experience sometimes by going to East Noble and, calling some of those games. It's just a unique experience for the kids. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about what, Friday night can be for you and your kids, and not only that, but the town of Garrett.
Yeah. I think some of the things I'll say to the kids tomorrow is I would venture to say that a lot of the players on Delta's team have no idea where Garrett is. They know we're in the same section. They've seen her name, but they may not know where this town is. They have an hour and a half drive for a 7:30 start. They're going to see probably grass for the natural grass for the first time this season. I believe they played every game on them.
Probably won't mow it this week.
No, it might rain in Garrett more than other places in Northeast Indiana too.
I won't tell all the secrets.
No, it's our field's a little beat up. I mean, man, I just went out yesterday to take a look, and you can tell, it's week 11 or whatever we're in, 11, and so it's like every natural grass football field this time of year. So, I think that'll be the first they'll see, and hopefully they got really short cleats, and they're sliding all over because Delta has some speed. And a big offensive line and a lot to worry about there. But I hope when they get here, they see a small community excited about football. I can already tell, and you know how it is. You get more text messages and well wishes these weeks than most of the rest of the year. So I kind of have a feeling there's going to be some people that intend to come watch, and we're really looking forward to that. Our kids have not had much buzz made about them, and we haven't given reason for it either so much. And so now here we are. I think we're the only team north of Fort Wayne or past Leo that's still in. So, maybe even other people would want to come see a game. So I'm hoping there's a big group, a big crowd there. I would imagine Delta will travel well and bring their people up here too. And those environments, I'm just happy our kids get to experience, that kind of environment.
Yeah.
It's just different playing, coaching and playing football in November. And we definitely, though, aren't going to behave in a way like we're just happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Everything we are doing was with the intention of winning this game. But whenever we are done, we'll be able to look back if it's this week or some other time and know that our kids experience something that they hope for when they get involved in this game.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck this weekend, this Friday night, as you guys host Delta from the Muncie area in the sectional championship game. Best of luck to you and the rest of the Railroaders, and we'll be watching and talk to you down the road.
Appreciate it, guys. Good seeing you. Thanks.
All right. Good
Thank
luck,
you, sir.
Coach.
Thank you.
Alrighty. That was Chris DePew, the head coach and athletic director for the Garrett Railroaders. And